ever wondered to yourself, what am I meant to do with my life? What am I called to do? Am I doing what I'm meant to do with my life right now? And it doesn't matter what your age. You could be 18 or you could be 78. But if you've ever wondered or asked yourself these questions, then you're on the right track. Because I want to submit to you that you are called, and you are being called to do something wonderful, to do something great with your life. And when I say something great, I don't necessarily mean something that's going to impact the entire world or building a big multi-million-dollar business, although that may be what you're called to do. Something great could just mean impacting your family or impacting your community or impacting people around the world because of technology in a way much greater than what you ever thought possible. In fact, more than likely, you're not even using a fraction of your talents, your abilities, your experiences, your education. You might only be using a very small fraction of that. So you and I are called to do something much greater with our life than what we could ever imagine. In fact, you may even have an idea of what it is, but for some reason you keep facing these adversities and difficulties and reversals and setbacks and tragedies that seem to impede you or prevent you from fulfilling that call. My name is Michael Williams, and what I'd like to do is to share with you in this series entitled The Joseph Factor, 7 life-changing lessons from the life of Joseph. Who's Joseph? I'll tell you in just a minute. 7 life-changing lessons from the life of Joseph that will help give you a broader, brighter perspective on why things are happening to you, on why things happen the way they do, and on how they are repositioning you for a much greater life. All right, so let me back up. Who's Joseph? Well, Joseph was a character in the Old Testament of the Christian Bible. He's a character in the Quran. He's a character in the Jewish Bible. So many of you have probably heard of the story of Joseph. And what we'll be doing in this series is using his life as an example to extract these 7 life-changing, very powerful lessons. And what these lessons are going to do is it's going to kind of show us and give us a different perspective on why we may be going through certain things and how these difficulties and challenges in our life and how we respond to them, how all of these things are repositioning us for 3 very specific things: greater power, greater authority, and greater service. Now, what I'm going to do in the next video, I don't want you to be afraid of this, is I'm going to define for you what I mean by power, authority, and service. Many times when we hear the words power and authority, we kind of think of them in the abusive or destructive terms. But power and authority, depending on who's using it and how you're using it, can be very constructive, right? So if we look at the life of Joseph, Joseph was progressively given greater power, authority, and opportunities for service. And I submit that you can and you will be as well. And it's something that you're going to want to have. When you have greater power, what happens is that you have a greater ability to affect change, right? To affect positive change. When you have greater authority, then you have a greater ability to have people look at you as a leader, to have people to follow you, to have people want to listen to you and seek your advice. When you have greater service, when you're able to provide greater service, then you're able to add greater value to the lives of those around you. And we'll go into these 3 things just a little bit deeper in the next video. But what I want to challenge you to do is to follow me in this series, The Joseph Factor. The Joseph Factor says that you are now, listen, you are now being repositioned for greater power, authority, and service. You are called to do something great with your life. Doesn't matter where you're born, doesn't matter how much money you have, what color your skin is, what your education is, what your defects, what your weaknesses may be. You are being called to do something great with with your life. You are being repositioned for greater power, authority, and service. Follow me in this series. 7 lessons, 7 life-changing lessons. I want you to follow me. I want you to provide comments. I want you to share these lessons with other people. My name is Michael Williams, and I look forward to seeing you in where? The next session.